All right, this video is going to be reacting to a video from Anton Daniels. Now, it's not so much me reacting to Anton Daniels or anything like that. That guy, make sure you do go follow him. He's a really good content creator. I've been following him for quite a few years now, over 900,000 subscribers. Help him go hit that 1 million mark. But it's more so about the person that he's actually looking at right here, which is this person talking about black fatigue on Tokyo airplane. Now, this woman appear to be half black. She also appears to be half Japanese. There's some weird shit going on in Japan with regards to immigration and allowing people that don't look Japanese more into Japan. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into that. But before I do, make sure you guys are doing this stuff up here, which is like, comment, share, subscribe. All that stuff helps me out. It's right up here somewhere. So without further ado, let me go ahead and roll this footage.
With the plane, they became so disrespectful. Guys, my plane just experienced some of the worst black fatigue. I am utterly disgusted and disappointed. And then these young black girls right now, they have lost their whole mind. And I'm just gonna come on here and say, like, the way that you carry yourself in different countries, it's gonna reflect on everybody that looks similar to you. Something happened with the starter, so they've been replacing the starter. I'm thinking we're in the air this whole time. It's been 3 hours we were on the plane, and these girls were being loud before the plane was getting ready to take off. But when there was an issue with the plane, they became so disrespectful, so loud, so ghetto, and them through the medicine, the sleeping pills. I can't even freaking turn around to say anything because I can't form a thought. So, like, if I find them, I'll let them know this, because honestly, then they were like, hey,
I wouldn't advise that you do that. I'm on your side with this 100%. Just like you said, like this girl said, when certain races, especially black, here's the thing black people don't understand. Black people think that America is racist and most racist place on earth. Take your ass outside the country and see what that gets you when you keep acting like this. I remember watching this video where there was these blacks that went across the border to Mexico, and they were jumping ugly with the Mexican military. Now, Mexico will disappear you like that, and they won't even bat an eye. But you're going to be jumping ugly with the Mexican military. A lot of the people in the military and the police, they got ties to the cartels. The cartels have more power over the government than the government has over the cartels. And you're going to be playing around like that. But I would not recommend that you go up and start trying to tell these black girls, hey, don't act a fool here in Japan. Don't do anything stupid or bring unnecessary attention onto yourself, because they're not probably going to respond the way you think they're going to respond. They will turn to anger and violence very quickly. And you don't want to be part of any of that. The Japanese will probably look at all of you and just throw you all into one bucket. And we already had the issue of Johnny Somali, his dumb ass going over there acting a fool over in Japan, over in South Korea, acting a fool, being an embarrassment. And there is a whole wave of people going over to Japan and acting all kinds of stupid. And it's not just black people that's doing it. I saw a video where I remember back, Logan Paul had gotten into trouble messing around in Japan with I guess probably a dead body or something like that. He got in some trouble. There was another one more recent where this one guy had went over there, started desecrating their graves, taking stuff that was left behind for their dead loved ones, and opening like a can of some type of beverage and drinking it. So you can't do that. You can't go over to another country and start acting like this and think that whatever rights you think you have in the West does not extend over there in any other country. And you gotta always be on your best behavior. It's just like if you go over somebody's house and you start doing all kinds of weird shit, then the people in that house, they're gonna kick you out. But this is countries we're dealing with. They might do far worse things to you. But again, circling back, if you see someone acting a fool or anything like that, I would not even engage. Just go up to a police officer or go to the captain of the ship or the stewardess and just let them know and let them handle it.
Hey guys, you guys can sit on the plane.
Don't let them know. Don't say anything to them. Leave them alone. They are not going to hear you. They just going to get mad at you and call you out of your name too.
See, it just exactly like Anton Daniels just said, don't engage. Don't engage. They're going to start jumping all ugly on you. And let me tell you something. If you're not ready for that kind of smoke, don't deal with it. Don't bring that type of smoke on you. Just observe and report accordingly.
They make an announcement. They're like, hey, it's going to take another 30 minutes. You guys are going to sit on the plane. We're going to get it done. Then we're going to take off. These girls start to try to open up the cabin doors. And the lady is like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be seated. And she's like, I'm getting my stuff. I thought we were getting off the plane. Immediately knew. I was like, either they're going to get kicked off or they're about to deplane us because they're acting belligerent.
When y'all go out, right? And obviously this is not applicable to all black people, but when you go outside and not even just Japan or across the water or the pond or the UK or wherever it is that you go, if you go from Chicago down to Miami, wherever you go, you take you with you. And so these old sayings, they always come back to haunt us. You can take the person out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the person. Why can't we adjust, right? When in Rome, do as Romans do. Or I got a better idea. Why can't we just grow and become better people? Like, why do you have to be embarrassing?
I got an answer to that. The reason why we can't grow is because nobody holds us to account. And when someone tries to hold us to account, we jump ugly and get mad and get angry. And I'm using the royal we because me personally, I can be held accountable. I hold myself accountable. I take responsibility for all my actions. I'm pretty sure Anton Daniels takes responsibility for all of his actions. I'm pretty sure this young lady right here takes responsibility for all of her actions. But when I use the word we, I'm talking about we as the black community. We make excuses for all the bad behavior that we engage in. Just go and look at what happened when those two conservatives, the two white conservatives, went onto the Texas State University or the historically black. Why do we even have that, by the way? Historically black colleges and universities. Why do we even have such a thing? But I digress on that. When those two guys went on the campus and they were trying to have a cordial conversation with people, the minute the gaggle of black people came out, they started just becoming uncouth and unruly and chase these two kids off of the campus, and very nearly was wanting to do bodily harm to them. But when they did that, did the school hold them accountable? No, the school lied on their behalf. Oh, our students acted very professionally and with decorum. That's a bald-faced lie. You can look at the video and see how they acted. I was watching Black Conservative Perspective, and he pulls up Roland S. He always has that sassy, fat Negro Roland S. Martin on there because Roland S. Martin always says something stupid. Roland Martin was defending the behavior. He was putting the onus on the two conservative kids. Oh, they weren't supposed to be on the campus. Wait a minute. Tennessee State University is a public university. They can be on the campus. They can be on the campus. You don't need to get prior approval to be on the campus, or in certain situations, I should say. But these kids, they were just outside and they just set up a booth and they just sat down and started having talk. You can do that on a public campus. But the reason why we don't grow as a community is because we aren't held accountable as a community.
You have to do something that you're not supposed to do, because unfortunately for us, those of us that actually care about being great members of society, you are now a reflection of us. And that's why they say stereotypes are earned, they're not given. Because you can't control yourself, or because you feel like you got to be you regardless of where you go. Even if you all the way over in Tokyo, Japan, you got to be ghetto. Now we have to pay for the repercussions of your actions because we are now stereotyped in the same way. And that is the biggest thing that I hate about this whole thing. I can't stand the idea. And see, ghetto people that don't know no better, or some people that ain't never even been out of their hood, they just got a little bit of YouTube. They'll look at this and they'll jump in the comments. Well, they'll do a reaction video as usual, as though I give a fuck. But they'll do that, and then they'll say something like, see, always trying to be like this. What? It ain't even about white people. They was over in Tokyo, Japan.
And I'm gonna say this right here. I got some pushback on this on Instagram. But black people worry more about white people than white people ever would think about black people. The amount of energy black people put on white people is phenomenal. Just imagine what type of positive contribution you can make to society if you redirected all of that concern you have about white people into worrying about your own community and worrying about your own self, improving your own self. And like Anton Daniels said, this is all the way over in Tokyo, Japan. I earlier just gave an example of how black folks went across the border to Mexico and they still acted all ghettoish and everything with the military police in Mexico. I mean, that takes some gall there to be trying to jump ugly with the Mexican police, the Mexican military. Man, those fools will disappear you without even breaking a sweat. And you're sitting there jumping ugly. I think one guy tried to throw up Trump's name. I'm thinking, dude, you probably come back across the border and you'll be spitting all on Trump's name. But when you go across the border, you're gonna use Trump's name as some type of defense. You guys, the white man ain't worried about you as much as you think that they're worried about you. You are worried more about them than they are about you. Always got to be thinking about the white man and all that, instead of just looking at yourself and trying to do for yourself and trying to improve yourself.
And this young lady who seems like she's well-spoken is traveling, and she probably got to deal with the same repercussions because they want to be belligerent, they want to be ghetto. And it don't make sense, because I have a hard time believing that just because your skin got a level of pigmentation that then makes you associated with other people, and so by default you just associate yourself with black. I have a hard time believing that just because your skin is darker that you have to be ghetto. How is that a thing? How is that taught? That's not genetic. That is something that is taught. And that's why I say the culture is horrible. It's not black people. It is black culture, meaning the thing that we celebrate the most, the thing that we promote the most, the thing that we push into society the most. I was just having a conversation with my daughter. I ain't even gonna cap with y'all. I was having a conversation with my daughter. And I seen it because, it's a lot of people that clip my stuff up and they put it on different platforms like Instagram and TikTok. And I told my daughter, I said, yo, I am not paying for you to go to college to go to a HBCU. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talking and we going back and forth. And of course she's asking me, what is my thought process and why, whatever. She's really awesome. She's a very respectful, decent human being. But it's very difficult for me to send her off to an indoctrination camp, a liberal indoctrination camp, that's not conducive for the thing that she was taught as she was grown up. And
yeah, There is no way. If my daughter got any type of full ride scholarship to any HBCU, I'd have tore that shit up and said, "Nah, you are not stepping one foot onto any HBCU. There is no way in hell I am sending you to any type of college." I already feel bad that she's going to the local college here, ASU. I'm like, man, because all these colleges are basically indoctrination camps. But thankfully, she's knee deep in a very hard STEM program. So hopefully there isn't that much of an opportunity for them to start talking about bullshit like DEI and feminist this and feminist that and toxic masculinity and toxic masculinity that and anti-Trump this and anti-Trump that. I'm like, and woke. I'm glad that she says far away from that as much as possible, because I know that is all that they would get, that she would have gotten if she would have gone to an HBCU. Going back to that Tennessee State University with the two conservative kids, man, the students at this TSU getting up out of bed and just coming to school. That's exactly how they look. Wearing pajamas, wearing sandals, wearing torn up t-shirts and wearing tank tops and pants all around their ass. It's like, come on. So it's like, it's almost no decency there. And then, of course, that school has something like a 21% graduation rate, 11% among men. There's no way in hell I would allow my daughter to go to an HBCU. No way in hell.
She can go 17, 18, 19 years of her life and then all of a sudden head over to these places where I watch them and I witness them online of what the culture is like. So many different people will be in the comments and they'll say stuff like, "Oh man, my son is doing okay." It's not about the money. It's not about resources. It's about who you are, how you act, and whether or not you hate other people as a result of being around other people that hate other people, or they can't control themselves, and it's difficult for them to acquiesce or adjust to cultural norms or society, or whether they lean in the victim Olympics just because they black, or they feel like they have to act a certain type of way just because they were raised around or they went to school around or their cultural norms was a certain way. It is embarrassing. It is stupid.
And I'm going to leave it right there. If you guys want to watch the rest of Anton Daniels' video, I will link it in the description. Once again, shout out to Anton Daniels for this video. And shout out to this lady just being sick and tired of how ghetto these black women be acting. And we supposed to be sitting here putting black women on some type of pedestal or some shit. Because, hey, they black women. They the most educated and disrespected people anywhere on the earth. And yeah, you disrespected because you're disrespectful. You get back what you put out. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Once again, make sure you guys do like, share, subscribe, do all that up there. I just repeated myself and everything. This Chris Bo signing off, and I will catch you guys in the next video.